Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash, and a sincere salutations to the elect, the tabernacle of David, you Akim pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in all truth, faith, and sincerity, and also a healthy shalom to the few Akwath who are listening and learning. And Lord's willing, this lesson be edifying. So today I want to touch on this article from NBC News, which is entitled, Putin Orders Russian Army to Expand to Become the World's Second Largest. Right. This is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai continuing to muster the host of the battle. All right. He's gathering all these nations, all their young, mighty men, all right, to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, ultimately, all right, which is, over in the Middle East or West Asia. And we're continuing to see this third world's war, or the third woe, which the scriptures call it, intensifying day by day. Now, we know that nothing crazy is going to pop off as far as missiles being, intercontinental ballistic missiles being shot off until the Charagma is made mandatory. But nonetheless, the Heavenly Father is working, man. He's working. So let's dive into this article. It reads, the Kremlin said Tuesday that an order by President Vladimir Putin to transform Russia's army into the second largest in the world was needed to address growing threats on Russia's western border and instability to the east. Putin on Monday ordered the regular size of the Russian army to be increased by 180,000 troops to 1.5 million active service members, in a move that would make it the second largest in the world after China. All right. And ultimately, why is Putin making this move? All right. It's no coincidence that on the brink of the U.S. and NATO giving Ukraine permission to use long-range weapons in order to hit inside of Russia is not far-fetched that Putin would make this move, okay? Because he sees that this war is about to what? Intensify. All right? So, continuing on, it reads, this is due to the number of threats that exist to our countries along the perimeter of our borders. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters on a conference call, it is caused by the extremely hostile environment on our western borders and instability on our eastern borders. This demands appropriate measures to be taken. According to the data from the International Institute for Strategic Studies, a leading military think tank, such an increase would see Russia leapfrog the United States and India in terms of the number of active combat soldiers it has at its disposal and be second only to China in size. The move, the third time Putin has expanded the army's ranks since sending the military into Ukraine in February 2022, comes as Russian forces push forward in eastern Ukraine on part of a vast 627 miles front line and try to eject Ukrainian forces from Russia's Kursk region. Andrea Polov, Salakia for butchering it, chairman of Russia's lower house of parliament defense committee, said Monday that part of the rationale for the expansion was to set up new structures and military units to improve security in the northwest of Russia after neighboring Finland joined the NATO alliance. Right. And you see, all these nations have picked sides for this third world war, and they're ramping up their their military muscle. Okay. So we keep telling y'all that a draft is coming here to America, Babylon the Great, just as it has come to Ukraine, Russia, and a couple other of these European countries that are calling for conscription. All right. It's only a matter of time before these millennials are getting drafted. It says, where was I? Zakar'Yah. It says, Russia has also expressed concerns about what is described as a growing U.S.-backed militarization of Japan and potential plans to deploy U.S. missiles there. Although Russia has a population more than 3 times larger than Ukraine and has been successfully recruiting volunteers on lucrative contracts to fight in Ukraine, it has, like Kyiv forces, been sustaining heavy battle losses, and there is no sign of the war ending anytime soon. Right, this war is not going to end, man, until America, Babylon the Great, is destroyed and other parts of the world. Okay, because these ICBMs, these nukes, are going to be shot off. It says both sides say the exact size of their losses is a military secret. Putin, since 2022, has previously ordered 2 official increases in the number of combat troops by 137,000 and 170,000 respectively. In addition, Russian mobilized over 300,000 soldiers in September and October 2022 in an exercise which prompted tens of thousands of draft-age men to flee the country. Oh, man. It says, the Kremlin has said that no new mobilization is planned for now, however, and that the idea is to continue to rely on volunteers signing up to fight in Ukraine. Man, don't nobody want to fucking fight in Ukraine. Don't nobody want to go to war. Ain't nobody. You might have a few people that are patriots, that are willing to die for their country, but like over here in America, man, patriotism is dead. And I don't know about Russia, but ain't nobody truly really signing up to risk their lives for their country. All right. Now it might be a little different in Russia. Russia's army is on a whole nother different level than America's. But just like when we saw videos of people trying to escape Ukraine, there were Russians trying to flee also. So don't get it twisted. All right. So anyway, let's get into the scriptures, man. I've been doing a lot of reading. This is 2nd Esdras in the GNT, and we're going to start at verse 31. It reads, it says, that is how it will be in those days. 3 or 4 will be missed by the soldiers who search through the houses to kill everyone. The land will be left empty. The fields will be overgrown with briars. The roads and paths will be covered with weeds and thorns because there will be no sheep to graze along them. Right. And there's not going to be any city workers. Okay. No men working for the city on, those big tractor trailers cutting the grass, man. Or men on the road picking up trash. Okay. Keeping up the infrastructure, man. Because a lot of these men are about to die in this Third World War, man. They're about to get drafted over there and never come back. All right, continuing on, 2nd Esdras 16 and 33, it says, young women will be in mourning because there is no one to marry them. Wives will be in mourning because they have lost their husbands. Daughters will be in mourning because there is no one to help them. All the young men will be killed in the war, and all the married men will die in the famine. All right. And this is what's going to come to pass. I think it was, last camp, the brother Zakar'Yah brought out, I think it was World War II. What was it called? Wendy the Riveter, or I can't remember exactly what it was called, but how in World War II, how all the women had to go work in the factories to create these weapons and do work of the men, because all the men were drafted into the war. So, hey, nothing but a replay. This is going to come back. It's coming back again, man. All right. It's coming back. So continuing on, it says, 34, all the young men will be killed in the war, and all the married men will die in the famine. Now listen to my message, you people who serve the Lord. It is the Lord's message, so receive it and believe what he says. All right. The disasters are approaching rapidly, and they will not be delayed. Right. Listen, prophecy is screaming, while people are complaining about, the new covenant, the old covenant, man. Prophecy is screaming. All right. That's what's on the agenda, man, to feed the sheep, man, and warn the people, man. So the blood is off our hands, instead of having these pointless debates. I mean, they're not saying that it's pointless, because, you got to have the right doctrine. All right. But every couple months, man, or every couple weeks, it's something new. All right. Oh, the new covenant this, or the RFID chip ain't that, or it's always something to deflect and distract from prophecy and the things that are truly going on. All right. So I'm going to play this clip real quick.
Decision has been made public. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been pleading with allies for months to let his country fire long-range Western-made missiles deep into Russian territory. We're talking specifically here about the U.S. ATACMS and the British Storm Shadows. Ukraine says these long-range weapons will allow its forces to destroy air bases and other military targets from which every single day Russia is launching attacks that are killing Ukrainian civilians. Until it's given the green light by Western countries, the Ukrainian military cannot hit those Russian targets. But the U.S. and the U.K. appear increasingly open to lifting the restrictions, which prompted a warning from Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, saying that if Ukraine fired those weapons into Russian territory, he would consider the U.S. and other NATO countries directly involved and therefore at war with Russia. His remarks signal he may be willing to escalate against the West in response, and some Western officials are concerned this could mean acts of sabotage against their infrastructure or possibly, Peter, NATO bases.
Danielle, of course, this has been a contentious issue for a long time now. What is the latest on the wider war there?
So as you can see, man, things are intensifying, and Putin's not playing. And ultimately, once this thing intensifies and it's official that America, NATO, and Russia and its allies are at war, just like this, these pagers exploding over there in what was it, Lebanon, I believe. It's major news. You're gonna when you're at war with another superpower, you can expect things like that to happen, man. There will be mass damage on America's soil once this war officially kicks off, man. This is not going to be like other wars where America is just comfortable at home and the war is over on another person's land, on another continent. Nah, all these sleeper cells that came through the border. All right. All these agents that are ready to be activated at any given time, man. All right. The Lord is setting this thing up perfectly, man. Jacob's trouble is being set up perfectly. All right. So let's end it here. This is Jeremiah chapter 51. We're going to start at verse 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. Right. In this place, you can take all the balm or ointment you want. This place cannot be healed. You can lower the interest rates. Trump can become president. You can do whatever you want. America, Babylon the Great is not going to be healed, man. This place is destined for destruction. It says, We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right. She's not healed and she won't be healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. Right. Things are getting ready to get so bad. You're going to see people fleeing back to their own country, just like these migrants that was shipped over here. They were like, damn, man, we had life better back in our countries, and some of them left. All right. Well, these Moabites, these Ishmaelites, all these other nations that, come over here to get wealthy and get the benefits of America. Once this place starts falling apart, they're going to be skedaddling out of here. It says, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even unto the skies. The Lord Jehovah Ba'ashem Yahushai has brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord Adawan, our power. Right, because the Lord is about to work. He's about to work a wonderful work, ultimately for his name's sake, but also for his people's sake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you the lowly and the downtrodden, man. All right. The ones of us that need saving. OK, the Heavenly Father has not forsaken his people. All right. And he's coming to save his people. All right. The elect on this first go around. But 2/3 of you of the nation of Israel are going to have to die a death by pain, the death of a heathen. All right. It says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Adawan hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, right, the Russians. For his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Jehovah Ba'ashem Yahushai, the vengeance of his temple. Right. This is the Heavenly Father that wants the destruction of America, man, in 1 hour by intercontinental ballistic missiles. And his will is going to be done. The Lord he works on the minds of the kings of the earth to do his bidding. And it's only a matter of time, man. We almost out this BITCH, man. So, hey, let's stay locked in. Let's stay focused on what's important. Prophecy. Okay. Warning the people and throwing up curses on this place, man. All right. Lord's willing, this was edifying. Shalom, Israel. Wa abad babal.